Yeah, we in this thing. Squad up, nigga. Slap go crazy on this one. On God, I crossed all my T's. Huh?
Yeah.
That from my perspective,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that my perspective is the perspective.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying that my perspective, this is from my experience. Right? So I went to LA in 2009.
Yeah.
For about, I think it was about 30 days. About 30 days. And when I went out there, you know, I wasn't even saying anything about who I was or nothing. I just went out there as a regular Joe. I went out there for a purpose, and it had nothing to do with any type of gang stuff or none of that. I went out there for something different.
Right.
But I saw how brotherly love was serious. You know, it's not something that people played with out there. That brotherly love was serious.
Right.
And even with the essays, it's the same thing.
Right.
That brotherly love was serious.
Oh yeah, it's everybody. It's not secluded to just the brothers.
Yeah, it was serious. So now one thing that I will differentiate it is no matter how big they get out there,
right,
they don't forget where they came from.
Absolutely.
And they live that to a T. Over here, what happens over here is people become what's called idealistic.
Yes.
And when you become idealistic, then it creates disparity. And that disparity only transforms into a bigger disparity as people who start following. You see what I'm saying? Because you got the youth, the younger people out there who are sponges and they trying to absorb knowledge. They trying to absorb what are they into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People were saying, oh, Lil Wayne out there, you know what I'm saying, he flagging, but he's a musician. And Trippie Redd, he's out there flagging, but he's a musician. And this, that, and the third. I'm saying to them, I said, hold up, time out. Banging ain't only with a knife. Banging ain't only with a razor. Banging ain't only with a gun. Banging is progressing against a certain ideal that's against morale and principle. Banging is achieving within a structure to show a path for others who are trying to get where you're at. So if a person is saying, I'm blood, and he see Trippie Redd, and he see how successful he is, and that's the avenue that he want to go.
Then I can do that too.
Exactly.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Now you setting a precedent. You see what I mean? And the problem here in New York is, you know, you got people that want to take it to it's about me. You got to follow me. Don't follow him. Or this, that, and third. It got so crazy and confusing because the bigger it got,
right,
the more the oath and everything else went under the table. And everybody made it their own thing. And that's not accordingly. You see what I'm saying? That's not the way it is. That's not the, when I'm reading these books, Uprisings, when I'm reading T. Rogers, when I'm reading them books on Robert Lee, and I'm reading books on other brothers, the Black Panther Party and all that. I read it and I say, for example, when people say that blood was a black thing, right? I tell them, I say, yo, it was not. Blood was a thing about oppression, going against oppression. It didn't matter what your skin color was. It mattered what people were doing to you that caused you to say, hold up, I'm not going for that.
Yeah.
That's how simple it was. I'm not going for that.
Right. You're absolutely right.
It had nothing to do with, well, if you're of this race, you got to get down. The same thing over here. In New York, it wasn't never about no race.
Yeah, see, and what they don't understand, the people who say things like that, is it is predominantly black people, but that's because predominantly black people are the people that were being oppressed at the time stuff was formed.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So like you said, understand the history of what you're talking about instead of just speaking on stuff.
That's a fact.
It was oppressed people trying to fight back.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Because oppression is in so many angles, bro, and you know that. Oppression comes from...
One second. All right, go ahead.
So basically what made it, the differential is that when certain structures get big, and in the get-go, people already had ulterior motives that they couldn't express at the time.
Because they weren't big enough.
Because they weren't big enough and because it was too solid.
Yeah.
See, when something is too
solid. Yeah.
Yes, you can't tamper with something that's solid.
You can't fight against a fist. Let it break up a little bit first. Then we can try to find the holes.
Bingo. You hit it right on the head. You know what I'm saying? Because when something is solid, you can't penetrate it.
Yeah.
And when it was smaller, it was more solid. So dudes they had to keep their inner intentions to themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as it got bigger,
right, and
dudes got older and people started to like disappear, then all these other dudes are coming up like, yo, nah, it's this, it's that. You're trying to restructure history, trying to say that it's this, that, and the third. Right. And that's what differentiates us from the West Coast. You know, it makes New York look bad because it makes New York look like a real, and you know, it's crazy because they say New York, big city of dreams, right?
Right.
And New York is a land of opportunity. But that land of opportunity has become a mentality. And it has turned soldiers into opportunists.
Right.
Because the way they look at it is like, okay, now I'm going to branch off and I'm going to snatch this bunch of people and I'm going to have these people for me. And then this person say, I'm going to branch off and I'm going to have this. And all that is what? Is alter oppression.
Yeah.
It's the same oppression you went against, but now you put a style to it.
You're trying to take something that's a whole and start tribalizing it.
Yes. And then now what happens? It gets watered down.
And everybody wants to start funking against each other because now they don't see that we're still part of one group.
Yes. Now it's divide and conquer.
People start to forget that they're part of one thing and they start to. Now, of course, then there's big me's and little you's.
And that's a big problem too. Because before there was never no big me's and little you. It's us.
It's just homies.
Us.
Just brothers.
Yeah, it's us. You know, that word us, for being a 2-letter word, has a very humongous meaning, man.
Yeah.
That a lot of people take it, they take it for granted. You know, it was us who fought in the Attica riot. It was us who fought in the Watts riots.
Yeah.
It was us who fought in the San Quentin. Remember with Johnny Spain and all of them?
Yeah.
When they went through that the San Quentin 6 and all that?
Yeah. And it was us that fought with George Jackson and the rest of the brothers during Black August. We celebrate this stuff for a reason, man. And people don't do their research. They don't read about Black August. They don't read about the Solano brothers. They don't read about this stuff, man. The Soledad brothers. You know what I mean? They got to read these books too while they're reading.
Jonathan Jackson Jr.
Yeah, yeah.
They sacrificed him and the judge and everybody else that was in the van.
He ran up in the courtroom. Like, I'm coming to get my bro. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's brotherly love.
And we're not,
and don't get it wrong.
You've been reading. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to get into something unless I read the historical fact of what I get into. That's why
out here it's mandatory. Like we gotta study. Like you have to. Yeah, so it's good to see that. It's good.
They didn't tell me that I had to study, but I wanted to study myself because I already knew. I'm like, all right. That's like, for example, I could sit here and watch Colors.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Colors? I could sit here and watch Colors. Now I'm open.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get me a Bulls hat, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna start recruiting. Yo, we Bloods.
Yeah.
Okay. I just started something I ain't got no sanction for.
Yeah.
Now I got a lot of followers. So now you know what I'm gonna say? That's them over there. That's us over here.
Yeah.
Because indirectly what I'm saying, I'm not sanctioned, but I'm repping it and it's too late. It's already here. Y'all gotta accept us. You see? That's the reason why I respect brothers like Game. You know what I'm saying? He's really about his YG. You know what I'm saying? They really about theirs. Trippie Redd. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be sleeping on Trippie Redd. Yeah, he's singing all that, but he had a little incident there with the 6ix9ine dude that they didn't even put it out there the way it should have been shown. But that's neither here nor there. My thing, what I'm saying is that brotherly love overrides oppression and destruction, right? That meaning right there is the symbol of advocacy.
And for those of y'all who didn't just pay attention to that, that's the acronym for blood.
Facts.
Just for those of those who not paying attention and who missed that, because I know some of y'all missed that. That's the acronym for blood.
Facts. So that is like something that you always keep in your heart.
Yeah.
It's not something you keep in your mind, because if you keep it in your mind, somewhere down the line, you're gonna alter it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if it's in your heart,
it's part of you.
No matter what happens later on in life, it's in your heart. You're not changing that. You see what I'm saying? When you're about something, when you're with something, you're not changing for the times. You're not changing for the technology. You're not changing for none of that. You're gonna keep that in your heart, and you're gonna move forward with your shield and your spear. Like, nah, this is what I rep, and this is what it's been.
And that's something I said on my channel before, right? I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not going out here and actively looking for the enemy every day. That's a gang banger. I'm a gang member. I'm always going to be a member of my gang.
Facts.
Always going to be a member. That's until I die. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's what you mean. It's part of who I am. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That's my job. Hold on. All right. Yeah. I forgot. I got distracted by that. But yeah, the once again, like I said, being a member is totally different than being a gangbanger. People think, you know what I mean, every person, like you said when you talked about Trippie Redd and the Game and YG and them, and I salute them brothers too, because it's levels to this shit. Everybody ain't meant to be on the front line out there killing shit. You know what I mean? Or propagating the wrong stuff. You know what I mean? Somebody got to be showing a better way. You know what I mean? Somebody got to be showing them, okay, yeah, this is what we started here. We ended up here, which is a lot of black on black. And then now we trying to show that, hey, man, it's still, we still with it. Don't get it fucked up. You're not finna come in here and oppress us and do nothing foul to us and do nothing crazy to us. But at the same time, we're trying to show the brothers that you can do this. You can buy houses. You can have a job and take care of your family. You don't have to stay in the hood and sell drugs. That's not the only way to survive no more. You know what I mean?
That is such a fact.
And that's a big reason why I wanted to have you on, and I appreciate you giving me the time, man, because I see you out there doing your channel, man, and go ahead and tell them a little bit about your channel so they can hear it on my channel as well.
First, I wanted to just add to what you said.
Yes, sir.
You were like 101% when you say there's a difference between being a gang member and a gang banger.
Yeah.
And there's also levels to gang banging.
Yeah.
You see, so a lot of people get it twisted, and I'm glad that you corrected it, because, you know what I'm saying, you don't gotta bang physically to be accepted.
Yeah.
The same way is, if you don't bang, you can't be blood. It's like you said, it's levels to it. For example, I came home.
It's like the mentality from old African villages, brother. Like let's put it like this, right? So in an African village, right, you got the elders, you got the people that are the people who keep track of the crops and keep track of all the cattle and the livestock. You got people that go out and defend the village, and you got people that go out and hunt to keep the village supplied. You know what I mean? If we send everybody out to war, who's going to take care of the village?
Bingo.
You know what I mean? So everybody was not designated to be warriors back then. So please understand, everybody's not a warrior. Everybody's not designed to be a frontline soldier. Somebody got to take care of the village, man.
That's a fact.
And that's why we have elders. That's why we have OGs. That's why people get that OG moniker. These are people that are supposed to, we are people that are supposed to be teaching our younger brothers on how to take care of the village.
That's a fact. That is 100% correct. Because I saw so much miseducation.
Yeah.
At one time, you had homies saying that a female could come into the hood by being sexted. And I was saying, what? I was like, yo, y'all bugging.
Yeah.
That's not a female homie.
No, that's not a homegirl.
That's a slut. That's
a rat.
What the hell is that? You got sexted?
Toss up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was one apparatus that people utilize under their own terms.
Yeah.
This is the reason why not everybody can be an OG.
Yeah.
This is why, and not everybody can be a leader.
Yeah.
Because these qualities got to be embedded into you. Yeah. It's got to be manifested by your actions, by the way that you profess yourself. It's got to be manifested in that structure. You know what I'm saying? For example, now, I did all these years, I came home. Right? Now, as I came home, I got a job. You know what I'm saying? Came home, got a job, I work maintenance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I work maintenance in a college.
Good shit.
You see what I'm saying? So while I'm working maintenance in this college, I'm able to drop jewels on a lot of people that I see in the hallways. A lot of people that I see. There were times where I'm supposed to go home.
Right.
And I see them running the class, and then I'll ask the teacher, like, and they'll be like, "Yeah, that's all right, man. No problem. Go ahead, sit in the back." And I'll sit in the back, and I'll be in there like a student.
Right.
And they'll be thinking like I'm one of the students because they be like, "Damn, he looks so young." But they don't know. I got a little age on me. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know this. You know what I'm saying? Because jail preserves us. So I'm sitting in the back and I'm listening to what the teacher is saying. And there were so many times where after the class I'm left, the teacher would say, "Hold on a second," and I'll be there kicking it with the teacher. So I built a good rapport in the college that I work in behind doing that.
Right.
Because the message that I always try to give to people is this, man. If you're an average Joe, it doesn't make you any less of a man than a person that's a higher echelon. Because everything has what's called its ending point. Mm-hmm. At some point in time, you're not going to be a high echelon anymore.
Right.
Harvey Weinstein was the man, riches and all that. His echelon went down. Now where he's at, he's about to do 23 years.
Hiding. He gonna hide for 23 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
All these people that were so high up there. Frank Lucas. If we want to get ghetto, we could go ghetto too. Frank Lucas. Nicky Barnes.
Yeah.
Look at the problem with Nicky Barnes. Nicky Barnes goes to jail. He's not telling on nobody until some dude went and started messing with his chick and then boasting about it and letting him see him with his girl in the car. That caused animosity, and then the man went and flipped. You see, a lot of dudes need to do the history on all this stuff and show and see what's the reason behind why people do certain things. So Here I am. I come home. I got a job, and I'm working. So what I do on my channel, for those of you that don't know, my channel is the Wilkat channel on YouTube. It's WILD space KAT.
It'll be on the bottom.
Yeah, you're going to see it right there. And what I do is I try to reform the youth from the ignorance that they were taught by those who don't have the notion to lead, but the notion to utilize. Because you got leaders that really don't want to lead. They just want to utilize.
Right.
Because they can't do nothing for themselves because they're at that age or at that health where they can't.
Right.
So they need to use the youth. So, do this, do that. But when they go to jail and they're suffering, can I get $100 for commissary? I ain't got it right now, but I'm going to try to get it to you.
Mm-hmm. Right?
You see what I'm saying?
I'm here for you. Wait.
I did that for you, but look, how about me? And there's a lot of people in the prison system like that.
Oh, I know.
A lot of people that were used,
yeah.
that thought they had a cause, and really it was because.
Yep. Because I said so.
Exactly. And that's what I try to teach the youth. I try to teach the youth to be self-sufficient.
Wake up.
Independent, and study. Nobody told me to study anything. I decided, I said, hold on, time out. I never heard of this dude. This dude is from the Bronx.
Right.
How did he start something over here that started in LA? So I want to know about the LA culture and history before I take anything from this dude. I'm down with the movement because I'm against oppression.
Absolutely.
And a lot of my brothers that I was banging with before this, they in it. So I'm in it with them.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that's another big reason why I'm in it.
Yeah.
But I want to know the history. So as I start to learn the history, then I start to see that there's a big meaning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a big meaning why there's power rules. There's a big meaning why there's rolling 30. There's a big meaning for all this. There's a 5'9". There's a meaning for all. There's a meaning. Yeah. But you got to take the time to study and learn for yourself independently besides somebody just telling you. Because you don't know what the intentions is of the person that's telling you.
Absolutely. 100%. Always ask questions. Always ask questions.
Always ask questions. And, you know, a little while ago, people was trying to start like an East Coast, West Coast thing, right? And I was looking at that. I made a couple of comments about that. First of all, one of the main comments I made was no one has the power to even call that type of shot. You know what I'm saying? To be on the internet and say, on West Coast, gotta check in. All right. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't even have the power to say these things, but of course they so caught up in this internet thing.
Right.
They don't understand the things that they say. For example, when I went to LA for them little 30 days, right, I didn't check in with nobody.
Yeah.
I went over there, did whatever I had to do, and came back. When I go to the Bronx, I don't check in with nobody. I go do what I do. When I go to Brooklyn, I don't check in with nobody. I do what I do.
No, that's no doubt. I'm not going, man, look, I'm going to go anywhere I want to go on this earth. Like, first of all, I'm not coming disrespecting nobody. Don't get me wrong. I'm not coming disrespecting nobody's neighborhoods and nothing. I'm coming to do what I'm coming to do, and I'm out. Come on, man.
It's a free country.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
we got freedom of expression, freedom of liberty. Yeah. How are we going to take these freedoms and minimize them to territorial advances?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to nobody's neighborhood park and just posting up like I can do whatever I want to do and sell dope and do whatever I want to do.
Oh, no, that's different.
Yeah, that's different. You know
that's
what I mean?
Different.
At the same time, because if somebody come to my neighborhood park and they not from out there and they just start trying to grind, it's going to be an issue. Guaranteed.
Yes.
It's going to be an issue. But
definitely. That won't ever change.
As far as just coming to somebody's city, come on, man. Don't nobody own no cities. Come on, man.
That's 100% Snapple fact.
Like you said, New York is what? The big city of dreams? Like, come on, man. It's 1 million motherfuckers visit New York every day.
Yes.
Telling me all them people got to check in with somebody? Come on, man.
They ain't got to check in with nobody. That's propaganda.
Yeah, that make it sound good. That's what that other boy, he got people thinking that. That other boy that end up going to jail and telling on everybody. I don't even want to say his name again. But he got people thinking that shit. You know what I mean? That shit. Man.
But see, I be knowing because you know what? Like you said, and you as you see, I study.
Yeah.
I took the time to study because I wanted to know what I put myself into.
Right.
I wanted to know what is the historical background behind what I represent. I wanted to make sure it was authentic.
Absolutely.
I wanted to make sure it had a purpose because I always been a purposeful person.
Absolutely.
Even when I was doing whatever I was doing as an adolescent and I was young and I was
you were still doing it on purpose.
I still did it for a purpose.
Yeah, see, there's a song, and I've quoted it before. I can't remember it from, but he say, y'all do this for fun. I do this shit on purpose. Like everything I do, I'm doing it on purpose.
Yes.
If people just think, oh, on purpose, that means he do it. No, I'm doing it because there's a purpose behind everything I do.
And you gotta remember, You know what's the main thing that people forget? When you're in something, you're not a follower. You are a member of a whole perspective. So what happens is that when people say, yo, my man rocking a red flag, I'm gonna rock it too. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm feeling him, I'm gonna rock the flag because I'm feeling him.
Right.
You're rocking it for the wrong reasons. You're making it seem negative when it's actually something that's positive. Even if negative things have to happen to expose the positive.
Right.
It happens.
That's what happens. That's life.
George Washington's and them went to war. They killed the whole
time.
people. You know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of people and territory.
All right. So I definitely want to link up with you again, of course. But I got some other things I got to get into, man. If you want to send any shout outs to anybody right now, would be a great time to send them out.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to the West Coast, man. Nothing but love to the West Coast, man. You know, shout out the game. Like I said, Trippie Red, YG, you know what I'm saying? Shout out the brothers on lockdown on both coasts, East and West Coast. Shout out Magoo. Shout out Dick Wolf. You know, shout out Gambino, Pistol Pete, Rod Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the Real. You know what I mean? Shout out, rest in peace to those who sacrificed and died in the line of fire, who died representing the cause. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to those. And, you know, let's all be unified as people and think more on a positive note, think more of a unification than thinking about ourselves and what we can use other people for. People are not tools. People are people. People are people that you respect, you show love to, and that they show love back to you. That's how we grow. We don't grow by separatism, negativity, and imposing and fear. Because after the fear is gone, now what do you have left? You got nothing left but the wooden casket. You know what I'm saying? So with that, man, definitely salute, man. I enjoy speaking with you, man. I love speaking with humble people, man. And
thank you very much, brother.
That work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So there you got it to Kendall, man. Mr. Wildcat from New York City, man. Coming in live and in person, man, and spitting that shit that y'all already know that I'm always on. Progression, not perfection, man. If y'all don't do nothing else, man, stay loyal to what you believe in, man, and fuck everybody else's thoughts. I'm out.
Thanks.